It was such a fun experience. Alexandra Eala reflects on all-male mixed doubles match in Macau. The exhibition event in Macau provided a unique tactical opening for Alexandra Eala, who stepped into the mixed doubles with a particularity: she was the only woman on court. This singular situation took place at the MGM Macau Tennis Masters, where the Filipina lined up alongside the young Chinese star Jerry Sheng. A mixed doubles duel was expected in which world number 9 Mira Andreeva would be the female representative on the other side, but an illness prevented her from taking the court. Instead, two men lined up, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina alongside Wu Yibing, with the latter duo securing a 7-5, 7-6, 1 victory. For Eala, the occasion was less about the final score and more about the technical familiarity shared with her partner. Having ascended through the junior ranks alongside Shang, the synergy on court was immediate. The transition from singles to doubles requires a different spatial awareness, yet Eala appeared comfortable navigating the faster pace. My very first mixed doubles. It was such a pleasure to share the court with Jerry, the Filipina said later in a press conference. We grew up playing juniors together and seeing each other in tournaments, so yeah, it was such a fun experience. I'm open, I love to play mixed doubles. We'll see. I'm a singles player, but I've played mixed doubles in team competitions before, so it's not something I shy away from. The unique experience in Macau tennis arrived precisely one day before the much-discussed Battle of the Sexes exhibition that will feature Aryna Sabalenka facing Nick Kyrgios. Eala dealt with a last-minute surprise after it was announced that Andreeva would not be available for the match, but it was far from something that limited Eala's desire to take the court. I think it was really fun. I think there were some times the boys could have won without me, and they gave me grace, so I'm happy about that, added the world number 53. Yeah, it sucks to hear that Mira was playing under the weather and couldn't make it today. But yeah, I think we just made the most out of it. And it was a great experience and good competition anyway. Eala was supported from the start by the captain, former Australian Open champion Li Na, who served as the captain of her team. I think it was so nice. And it's so nice to see that they choose to spend their holidays with us. It's so heartwarming to see the families coming over and just the lively atmosphere here in Macau. It definitely adds to the experience. Ling was telling us to have fun and, of course, just keeping the vibes good, light, and encouraging us every time. The Filipina competed in this final event as a prelude to the start of the 2026 season, where her first challenge will be at the WTA 250 Auckland, where she will be the 4th seed. She will join a draw that includes players such as Alina Svitolina, Emma Navarro, and Iva Jovic, and it will be her only preparatory tournament before competing in the first major of the year. I'm so excited. I've been preparing this whole pre-season. I haven't had much success in the Australian Open in the qualies before, so I'm hoping that will change in the main draw. Every year is a different story. So I'm so open and so eager to be out on that court. This will be Eala's debut in the Australian Open main draw, after falling in the first round of qualifying for the last 3 consecutive years. Back in 2025, the Filipina made her Grand Slam main draw debuts at Roland Garros, Wimbledon, and the US Open, although she only secured 1 victory at Flushing Meadows before being eliminated in the second round by Cristina Buxa. This time, the 20-year-old will look to advance deeper into the tournament and gain points at the start of the year that will allow her to continue climbing the WTA rankings. It was such a fun experience. Alexandra Eala reflects on an unforgettable match in Macau. The sun set gently over Macau's skyline, the lights from the MGM Macau Tennis Masters glimmering like constellations falling to earth. While most players had already retreated to recovery routines or paused for rest, one moment remained vivid in the minds of fans and participants alike, a match that transcended mere tennis scorelines and instead became something almost symbolic, unexpected, playful, and deeply telling of a sport that thrives on surprise. On that unique night in Macau, Alexandra Eala found herself at the center of an extraordinary twist, a mixed doubles game that would be remembered less for its score and more for its spirit. In what began as a standard exhibition match, fate served up a spectacle that defied convention. With Mira Andreeva, originally scheduled to be the female counterpart in the mixed doubles showcase, sidelined by illness, the event's organizers improvised in true exhibition fashion. Alexandra Eala, the rising Filipina star, would still take the court, but now as the only woman among 4 players. Her partner was China's promising Jun Shang, and across the net loomed 2 men, Spain's Alejandro Davidovich Fokina and China's Wu Yibing, both seasoned and powerful competitors. TennisUpToDate.com. As the match began, there was a sense of playful uncertainty, a feeling that this encounter was something altogether different. It wasn't about records, rankings, or how points might affect WTA standings. It was, in every sense, an exhibition, a celebration of tennis in its most free-spirited form. And for Eala, who had built her season around resilience, milestones, and historic breakthroughs, this was a moment to simply enjoy. Reflecting later in a press conference, Eala didn't dwell on the outcome, a straight sets loss, but rather on something more profound, more joyful, the experience itself. It was such a pleasure to share the court with Jerry, she said of her partnership with Shang, a player she had known on the junior circuit long before they stood as near equals under Macau's lights. And of the overall experience? It was such a fun experience. TennisUpToDate.com. That brief statement carries more weight than it might first appear. Tennis is, for many players, an intensely introspective sport, a solitary battle waged in pursuit of margins and precision. But here, in Macau, the narrative shifted. Doubles, and especially mixed doubles, adds dimensions of collaboration, chemistry, and shared rhythm. Add to that the novelty of a court where gender didn't dictate the composition of teams, and the match became something greater than an exhibition. It became a celebration of athleticism, of camaraderie between players from different worlds, and of the sheer joy that tennis can inspire outside formal competition. Eala noted the transition from singles to doubles requires a shift not just in tactics, but in mindset. Navigation of space, anticipation of partners' moves, and understanding of court geometry become paramount. Yet she seemed perfectly at ease, adapting quickly to the dynamic pace and fluid exchanges. It was this ease, this visible delight, that marked the match not just as unusual but memorable.